Alright, starting up a new video. So I knew it was just me out there, and I'm just out there doing my thing, and it got to a point, and anyone that knows how the military works, this might be a little surprising, but it got to a point, I was so integrated into daily life there, keeping the internet running and going even though it wasn't my job, keeping ACs going even though it wasn't my job, etc., keeping the generators going, keeping the lights on, all the stuff that was a little outside my job purview as a tank mechanic, technically. I got so ingrained out there doing all these things that I'm not going to say that I wasn't untouchable, that I couldn't get punished or whatever, and that First Sergeant Tate tore into my ass a few times as well as Captain Izzo did. But I was an essential part of the daily function out there. And as that I had certain liberties that a lot of soldiers couldn't take because I was keeping day-to-day life going. On top of that, my position, my third tier in Iraq was as a saw gunner. So where tankers, so the way the whole military structure is fucked up, but tankers typically are in their tanks, and since they're in their tanks, they're not issued rifles. They're issued 9mm pistols, and that's all they have. Now, with special requisites from a company commander or first sergeant, they can also obtain and have rifles, but what we call cruiser weapons or squad automatic weapons, the saw, a machine gun basically, was not a basic issue as a movable, walkable weapon in a tank company. However, because I was a mechanic, I was the saw gunner, the squad automatic weapon, the machine gunner for my squad. So when I was out there, I had my machine gun, which made me a little bit of an asset occasionally when I would go out on patrols with my guys, because I was just as much a part of the company out there, the tankers who were acting as infantry at that point, as I was a mechanic. So we went on a few missions. So the craziest thing, the whole thing this story is coming to a head to, the craziest thing that I experienced was we were in our, like I said, we were in an abandoned spaghetti factory, which at some point I'll probably do an entire another episode about the spaghetti factory because it's just cool as shit. But we're in our spaghetti factory, and behind us, outside of our T-barriers, is an abandoned chocolate factory. So some of the guys on guard of the guard towers on top of our spaghetti factory several nights in a row realize and see that there are lights in the windows of what's supposed to be this abandoned chocolate factory that is right directly behind us. Obviously, we can't let this go. We have to go investigate. So my company commander, calls in the correct channels, does his recon, gets the information he can. Yes, it's abandoned spaghetti factory. Yeah, we got to go in there, yada yada. And so the next day we plan a mission, and we do. And we go on a foot patrol out of our gate. So here's my circle. We go out of our gate over here. We go around the edge of our compound, around the backside, to where the gates are that block off the spaghetti factory. And their locked gates are actually blocking off the spaghetti factory. So, guys got bolt cutters. We cut the gate, busting the gate. We're going through, and right immediately, almost against our Texas barriers, is this row of shacks. I can't think of a better way to put it than to say shack. A little tiny shack, like a fishing shanty or fucking a throw-together shed. That is all that's standing almost right up against our Texas barrier wall to the left of us as we come in this compound. So it's crazy. Just seeing the way these things are built, blah, 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 it's crazy. So we get in, and we move forward, and all of a sudden, here comes this guy just stumbling out of a shack. And this motherfucker is cross-eyed. He's got one eye looking off to me, and the other eye is looking in the complete opposite direction at the fucking sky. And then he turns and looks at our commander, and one eye is looking at the commander, the other eye is looking straight at the dick of one of the soldiers. I'm talking, this guy is cross-eyed as shit. He's got a Turkish beer in his hand because there is no beer, Iraqi beer per se, but they do drink, and they get it out of the black market, out of Turkey, etc., etc. So he's sitting there with basically a Turkish 40 in his hand, coming out, wibble-wobbling around, looking all cross-eyed and shit. So we all post up. We're all ready to shoot. Like, we're at high alert walking into this place because we don't know what's going on. We're all getting ready to draw down this dude. Commander's like, no, stop, wait. This is Captain Izzo, greatest man that I ever followed under as a soldier. Stop, wait. And we've got our translator there, and Captain Izzo knows a fair amount of Arabic himself. He goes up, starts talking, and really this, basically what it comes down to is this crazy-eyed, crazy character is just, he's an NPC, he's a non-player character. He's just the guy that's squatting in these shacks on the side of the chocolate factory, wants nothing more to do but go in his house and continue to get drunk. And this is where, like, this experience, in my mind at this point, turns into a video game. We were real hot on playing Halo back in those days. We played a lot of it back and forth between ourselves and the military, etc., etc. And this is like a Halo mission. Like, we wander in, NPC pops out of the shacks, everybody almost shoots him, but no, it's okay, it's alright, it's just drunk. Move a little bit further forward. So, we come up to this, this warehouse of sorts, I guess you would call it. And I'm leading point right now. I'm in the front of the column stacking on the door here because I have the machine gun and we're getting ready to bust the door down this place. So, you know, we stack, we get ready, we rock in, kick down the door, go in. And I got my saw fairly tricked out for your typical machine gun. I've got a light on it, I've got a laser sight, blah, blah, blah. So I'm pointing all around, my light's shining everywhere, and this shit is straight out of like a B horror film or video game. You turn to your, it's aisle down the middle of this warehouse and just shelves. It's the perfect place for somebody to be hidden if they are actually trying to attack us. So it's quite frightening. And it's pitch black, and it's just shelves. And I'm scanning my light across these shelves, and it's old, big ass fucking huge gears and sprockets and just all manner of industrial parts are just sitting on these shelves and hanging from the wall. And the further we go, just more and more shelves and blah, blah, blah. So we finally get to where we're about at the end. And there's a noise, there's a rustling, and pop, 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 pop. We start shooting at the noise that we hear. Well, maybe 50, 60, 70 rounds go off, myself included, and the commander calls for a stop, stop, stop. Well, it turns out there was critters roving around in the boxes of old, nasty chocolate that were sitting in front of us at the end of this warehouse. There were stacks of these boxes of old chocolate, and it was just critters rummaging around in it. That's all it was. So, you know, we're all heightened, like you're fucking, like you can zone in your video game and get it. We're all heightened reflexes, heightened experience, and it's a critter roaming around some boxes. So anyways, so we break out and get out of this warehouse and we go approach the main chocolate factory, and there's a couple guys with bolt cutters, and all the doors that we come across are locked. So we're cutting padlocks off of doors, we're busting in, and this is where it just gets straight out of a video game. It's like, up this set of stairs, turn to your right, up, there's a door that's welded shut, shit, turn back around, back downstairs, back up the other set of stairs. Alright, you're past the gate, you get on, now there's another gate, so you go out a window onto a balcony, now you're on a balcony, you run over, you jump onto a subroof in the next building over, and we're just off, on and off roofs, and up and down stairs, and just walking all these levels, and so just this whole time, it's so surreal. It's happening to you, but you're just going through this like, hop to the next roof, duck, roll, cover, point, ready, nope, no shoot, hold fire, like just fucking jumping around like a madman. And when it was all said and done, this goes on for quite some time, but when it was all said and done, we get a radio back from the commander, and it's a family that was squatting on the 4th floor of the chocolate factory, and they were lighting candles at night so they would be able to see and function and do their daily things. Just an innocent, regular, not special at all family, just trying to live and survive in Iraq. So, just, I mean, craziness. Absolutely craziness. Anyways, I think that will conclude my morning session for today. Just wanted to share some cool stories with you, maybe make you laugh, maybe make you think, maybe just be interested in the story it's telling. Anyways, you guys have a great early morning, I guess you would say, And I will return again later on this afternoon and film another episode. So take care. Stay frosty, my friends.